Welcome to the Primo's Musings podcast.
Good evening. This is Shri here again with the day 6 recap of the Wimbledon. And what an exciting day it was today. And some upsets galore in the women's bracket. And maybe that's where we will start today because the biggest upset in the women's draw took place today with world number one Iga Swiatek playing against Yulia Putintseva. And Iga won the first set pretty easily, 6-3. But give credit to Yulia. I mean, she was just incredible. Just watching her play, she had Iga on the back foot for most of the time. The grass is definitely not Iga's favorite surface, and she had a lot of trouble with Yulia's serve as well as some excellent shots that she had. She came up with, and the second set was quite easily. She won at 6-1, and in the third, once she got the break, she just was just completely dominant. And this is what Iga does to other players, and she managed to just get a total of 3 games in the final 2 sets. So Iga goes down. Wimbledon still eludes her, and it's on for Yulia into the 4th round. Meanwhile, the matchup I was talking about in the women's with Rybakina and Wozniacki turned out to be such an easy cakewalk for Rybakina, and Rybakina now should be considered the favorite with no Sabalenka, with no Swiatek. Rybakina should be the favorite. Now, there is Coco Gauff still there. This opens the door for other players like even Danielle Collins or Svitolina, I mean, who actually had a very impressive win against Ons Jabeur today. So that's where we are in the women's side of things. I did want to start there because the upset really happened, the women's side of things. Meanwhile, on the men's side of things, number 2 Djokovic, who is still coming back from that knee surgery, looked pretty good in the first set. Second set, pretty good in the first set, but Popyrin definitely was the better player. His serves were, he definitely had Djokovic a lot of trouble on his serve, and managed to break Djokovic. And once he broke Djokovic, he won it pretty easily at 6-4. But the second and third set, Djokovic was back. He broke Popyrin very much easier. And then once he broke him, he didn't give his opponent any chance to make any kind of a comeback. And he won it 6-3 and 6-4. The fourth set was a very close affair going back and forth and went all the way to the tiebreaker. But you know how Djokovic is, like, once he gets into that mode, I mean, it's very difficult to, you definitely have to put him out. But once he senses a little opening, Djokovic is going to be all over. And that's what happened in the tiebreaker. He definitely played much better. His serving was on point. And every time Popyrin came to the net, so Popyrin is a kind of a serve and volleyer. Djokovic was able to whip the backhand or forehand past him. So there you go. Djokovic enters the 4th round. And meanwhile, Fritz had a very tough first set, but against Tabilo, I did talk about it yesterday that it's going to be a very exciting match. But Fritz won in 3 sets. The big comeback today was Holger Rune, and he played Halles from France. Halles actually won the first 2 sets, 6-1, 7-6, but Rune came back, clawed his way back. I was actually just following it online. Didn't think that Rune had in him to win. And again, went to the 4th set tiebreaker, so Halles still had the chance to beat him. but Rune won the fourth set. And the fifth set, it was just Rune, just experience takes over there. And he definitely had impressive win there. Yep, so there you go. And then Zverev, again, what an incredible third set against Norrie. The first two sets were much easier, 6-4, 6-4. And the third set was one of the marathon tiebreakers you would ever see. Back and forth they went, and it was 17-15. Zverev won. So there you go with the pre-quarterfinals definitely set, and it's all there right now. This is what we have. We got an exciting Sinner versus Shelton, Medvedev and Dimitrov, Alcaraz and Humbert, Tommy Paul and Batista Agut, Musetti and Mitshepi Pericard, Zverev versus Fritz, which is going to be a very exciting match. Diminor versus Fils, Djokovic versus Rune. So this sets up definitely the Sinner, Medvedev, Alcaraz, Paul, Musetti versus the winner of Zverev and Fritz, and Diminor versus Djokovic, or maybe Rune. I mean, Rune's got his chance there right now. So let's see. So we got some exciting matches for tomorrow, and we'll see if we have some upsets like we had today. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.
Thank you for listening. Primo will be back soon.